The midterm elections have just wrapped up, ushering in a new set of lawmakers who will play a crucial role in shaping the country's economic agenda for the remainder of this administration. Business groups are moving quickly. The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, one of the country's largest business organizations, is urging the 20th Congress to fast-track key reforms to strengthen competitiveness and to attract more investments. Now, I spoke with PCCI Chairman George Barcelon on their legislative priorities and what the business sector hopes to see from this new Congress, and here is that interview. Hi, sir. Thank you for being here with us.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me, Mikey.
Okay, so sir, we've just concluded the elections. The results are out. What is the general sentiment of the PCCI post-elections?
Well, from observation, the election last Monday is generally peaceful and credible. I think the COMELEC, the selection of their partners, as far as the scanners, as far as the training of the public school teachers, performed very well. There's a few hiccups out of the more than 110-something machines. There are only about 300 or so machines that had some issues. So we're very happy that what has transpired, it gives that transparency. And if you notice that many of the media, TV stations are hooked up, so they're able to get their information quite early, GMA, ANC, CBN, CNN, and those information was shared to the general public. So because of that, there's a consensus among our citizens that they're happy that they appreciate the relevant information are given to them as early as possible for them to assess the election itself.
Mm-hmm. And sir, as they start buckling down to work, what do you want to see from the 20th Congress within the first 100 days in office?
Well, you know, the issues that confronts the nation has been there. And those are the issues that I think both the newly elected and the incumbent elected officers must deal with. Top of key issues is really the malnutrition of our young. And it affects their growth, their stunted growth, and also their cognitive skill as they grow. And in connection to that, it's also our education, quality of our education. We rank pretty low in international assessment test. And it's about, we have to really drastically do something about it because they are our assets. Although we have a young population of 25 out of 100, almost 120 million, we need to have the young people being able to be an asset to us rather than a liability.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are things, yeah.
Yeah, this is important because it speaks of the, the economic productivity of the Philippines. Specifically, what would you like to ask from the Department of Health and the Department of Education to increase the productivity levels of our future workforce, sir?
We have a very aggressive and active Secretary of Education, Senator Sonny Angara. I have had the opportunity to talk with him, and he shared the concern that our educations need to be looked into and see how we can tweak the system. Instead of the years of education, which is the matrix that we use. Somebody takes from grade school and then K10 to K12. It should be the important area is the learning. Okay? A lot of our students goes through the whole K-12, but we still find them lacking in the private sector when we want to hire them. And in the technical skills also, Tesla, Secretary Benitez, is collaborating with the private sector on the upskilling and the training, which in our private sector we call it TechVoc, technical vocational. And those are important for them to, after their study, that they can be gainfully employed. We still have our fourth piece, which takes a big chunk out of our budget. But as the saying goes, it's better to teach somebody how to fish, than give them fish every day for them to survive.
Okay. So going back to the economic reforms you want to see within the first 100 days, what would you like to see prioritized by this new Congress?
They have to also, they need to look at the agriculture sector seriously, wherein we have to improve our productivity. If you look at the statistics that was given out, that there was higher expectation on the agri sector, but actually the growth was very minimal. And that, of course, reflects on our concern on food security and also on the aspect of inflation. Why other countries are not badly affected when there's their currency drops or devaluate is because the food are available in their country. They have a good, strong, vibrant agricultural sector. While in our case, we import a lot of our food related items. So if there's a change in our currency, if our peso devaluate, everything goes up.
So, sir, key measures you'd like to see from the Department of Agriculture to this end?
The Secretary, Kiko Laurel, I think he's doing his best to resolve some of the gaps. You know? We do have gaps as far as on the logistics side. The cost of transporting farm to market is quite prohibitive. Again, on the side of the productivity is something that we should invest in technology. I mean, nowadays, agriculture is high tech. I mean, you have what we call IoT, Internet of Things, no? Wherein you can get information real time. And if you notice some of the outside from videos, people, farmers in other countries, they use drone to monitor their farms and everything. And those are important. But also, what's important is that the country really to have a overall plan as far as water resources and irrigation.
Okay.
That is very crucial in the agricultural sectors.
Okay. Another thing that's crucial, sir, one major political development coming up is the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. Are you and the members of PCCI concerned that this is taking center stage? Are you concerned that it may drag on? And are you concerned that it might take away the attention of lawmakers? I mean, we want to keep the momentum going for economic reform. Are you concerned that this trial might distract the lawmakers from focusing on key economic initiatives?
Well, honestly, every citizen in our country is concerned about this. But our concern is that the news that is being picked up in the international does not help us. We're trying to attract more investment to the country, and rightly so. I mean, the government has been very proactive. We have to create more law. Yes, trying to get more investment. But we do have problem on our power issues. Our cost of power is high, but they are doing something about it. But generally speaking, is that there's guarded optimism in the private sectors. We have our political issues. We have, recently the geopolitical issues on the reciprocal tariff that was imposed. But luckily, we are in a better position because the imposition to the country is quite low.
Sir, on another front, you mentioned our image overseas. Foreign investments plunged 82% year on year to nearly 28 billion pesos in the first quarter of 2025. How worried are you by this?
Well, you're referring to investment
Yes.
from there's a lot of investment coming in, but a lot of investment are focused on energy related. We hope that we would like to see more on manufacturing, particularly the electronic sectors. Okay? But for us, one of the low key or low hanging fruits for economic development is tourism. We have, last year, the data shows that we have hardly 7 million tourists that visit the Philippines. And I know Secretary Christine Frasco is doing her best in promoting our country so that some of the visitors coming from Europe and from North America, and also the ASEAN tourists would come to the Philippines. The number of tourists that goes to Thailand is 38 million.
Yeah.
Number of tourists going to Vietnam is 15, 16 million. So we're in a way, we're the numbers that we have here is can really have a lot of upside
Yeah.
if we promote the Philippines.
We want to get a bigger chunk of that pie.
That's true. That's true.
The drop, 82% month on month. What does it say about the country's ability to attract global capital? And what do you want to see from our new Congress so that we can get a bigger chunk of all of that foreign direct investment and tourism?
Well, I'd like to see our legislator works on the key area of, as I mentioned earlier, but it's important to set a timeline. We cannot be discussing this year after year. And then, to reflect on our election, it's an awakening. We can see that our voters now have expectations that our legislator deliver a lot of what they expect. And so there's a new faces in our lower and upper house. And I hope that everybody can be working on the same goals of promoting the welfare of the country economically, and also on the healthcare side can make it available, health available for and affordable.
And sir, as we step into the second half of the year, how would you describe the business environment that we're coming into at present and what we're stepping into? Inflation has been contained. Growth has been lackluster based on Q1 GDP at 5.4%, where expectations were for growth of 5.9%. Interest rates are expected to come down. How would you describe this kind of environment that we have right now and what we're stepping into as we get into the second half of the year?
Well, as I said earlier, we do have guarded optimism. Some of the issues that have been discussed, and I'm sure that the new government, the new Congress, will hit the road running. And we would like to see that there are less bureaucracy in our government. And this is what we've been hearing from a lot of the small and medium-sized businesses, that we haven't seen any real improvement on the ease of doing business. We still have a lot of unnecessary compliance that are asked of the business sectors. And I would like to suggest that I'm glad that the ARTA, the anti-red tape, has been very aggressive. Secretary Ines Perez, that they be given more people, in a way, budget to help the private sector and remove some of the unnecessary compliances that it's imposed on businesses. We have enough, difficult time complying, and some of the key government agencies like Bureau of Customs and BIR. They continue, maybe that they find it necessary, but it's taking a lot of effort from the private sector to comply with what they're asking for.
Yeah, well, may they have the willpower and act with urgency to get the reforms that we need out there. All right, thank you so much for your time, George Barcelon, PCCI President.
Thank you.